Now wait a minute. If he comes up with something, it's going to be shallow. It's going to be insignificant. I'd prefer it to be deep. Dig. We have to investigate. And if it takes getting dirty and wet and cold and miserable and smelly, I don't care. I want an answer. It was supposed to be just another routine dig. But what Rick and Marty Lagina uncovered in the murky depths of the Oak Island swamp may be the most shocking find in the island's history. A massive object buried beneath layers of mud and water is beginning to reveal itself, and evidence points to something once thought impossible: an ancient ship possibly loaded with jewels and gold. The swamp is now the center of an electrifying new investigation that could finally prove Oak Island's legendary treasure is real. The excitement started when the team's sonar scans of the swamp showed unusual anomalies, shapes too symmetrical and large to be natural. As the team began draining and digging, strange wooden timbers emerged from the muck. These weren't random debris or collapsed docks. The alignment, thickness, and age of the wood strongly suggested it was part of a centuries-old vessel. Even more thrilling, small objects, shiny, solid, and metallic, were found embedded in the swamp's muddy floor. Preliminary tests hint at precious metals. Rick and Marty have spent over a decade searching Oak Island, enduring disappointment after disappointment. But this is different. Their reaction set it all: wide-eyed, nearly speechless, and then pure determination. This might be the breakthrough that solves the 226-year-old Oak Island mystery. "We've always believed there was something in this swamp," Marty said. "Now we have the strongest evidence yet." According to historical theories, some believe that pirates or secret societies like the Knights Templar may have used Oak Island as a hiding spot for immense treasures. But how could a ship end up in a swamp? Well, centuries ago the island's topography looked very different. It's possible the swamp was once an open cove or inlet, perfect for a ship to sail into, unload, or even sink intentionally. Over time, the landscape changed, hiding everything beneath layers of silt and marshland. The current excavation is revealing a wooden structure that's nearly 80 feet long. Experts on site believe this could be the stern of a ship. Divers have also discovered iron nails, old rigging components, and what appears to be cargo containers sealed shut for centuries. The presence of lead, gold particles, and intricately carved symbols suggest that this was no ordinary vessel. It may have been carrying priceless goods from the old world. Adding fuel to the fire is a series of strange stone markers recently found along the swamp's edge, engraved with symbols similar to ones discovered in old Templar catacombs. Could this be a spiritual voyage that ended in disaster, or a secret operation to hide wealth from invading forces? Whatever the story, it's buried right beneath Oak Island's swamp, and it's finally coming to the surface. Archaeologists and historians from around the globe are now watching closely as the dig continues. Every piece of timber, every artifact, is being catalogued and examined with the utmost care. Advanced ground-penetrating radar is now being used to scan deeper, and the results are promising. Something massive lies below. Rick and Marty are fully aware that they may be on the brink of rewriting history. For years, critics have called their search a wild goose chase. But now the tide is turning. If this truly is an ancient ship filled with treasure, it could validate centuries of speculation and turn Oak Island into one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time. They plunged deep into the mysterious swamp hoping to uncover hidden tunnels or centuries-old treasure. But what they unearthed was so shocking, so unexplainable, that the U.S. government abruptly halted the entire operation. What lay beneath Oak Island wasn't just lost gold or ancient artifacts. It was something far more dangerous and potentially world-changing. A massive metallic object was discovered beneath the thick layers of mud and water. Its surface unlike any known metal on Earth. The structure appeared artificial, deliberate, and completely out of place. It didn't match any timeline, civilization, or known human technology. Suddenly, the story of Oak Island shifted from legend to something much darker. This wasn't just history hidden underground. This was a secret someone clearly didn't want exposed. And recently, the swamp gave up a clue that turned everything upside down. The discovery was so shocking, so inexplicable, that all excavation efforts were shut down without warning. No statements, no explanations, just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. According to whispered rumors, This discovery could rewrite everything we know about ancient history or prove that someone or something was here long before us. The Oak Island swamp, long believed to hide something unnatural, was hiding more than a ship or tunnel. Strange geometric patterns, odd rock formations, and decades of odd magnetic readings all pointed to something far from ordinary. Some believed the swamp concealed a sunken galleon filled with royal treasure. Others thought it masked a Templar hideout. But no one expected what sonar scans revealed: a colossal object buried beneath, too symmetrical to be natural, too mysterious to be dismissed. As digging progressed, the earth beneath the swamp seemed to vanish into a hollow chamber, a void that felt man-made. The team encountered ancient wooden beams, bizarrely shaped tools, and even trace amounts of gold floating in the water. But then came the impossible: a large object so corroded, so foreign, it baffled even the experts. Initial assumptions pegged it as a relic. But deeper analysis shattered that theory. The metals didn't match any ancient or modern alloys. It was alien to known human history, possibly older than the island itself, and the surface was etched with strange symbols, some resembling ancient glyphs, others eerily similar to modern circuitry. Panic set in. The discovery was too dangerous, too disruptive. Scientists, historians, and eventually federal agents descended on the site. Within days, the area was locked down. No more digging. No more TV crews. No more questions. The romantic tales of buried gold were replaced with whispers of classified material, government intervention, and global implications. Oak Island wasn't just a treasure hunt anymore. It had become a battleground for secrets that could change everything we know about our past. Whatever lies beneath the swamp isn't just valuable, it's forbidden. And someone powerful is making sure it stays buried. Permits were suddenly revoked. Officials cited vague environmental concerns. Yet the timing felt far too convenient. Equipment was seized and researchers were urged to cease all activity without real answers. The message was clear: stop digging. Stop asking. Stop uncovering whatever lies beneath. Why would authorities go to such lengths? What was so threatening about the discovery? Some say it was merely a historic artifact. But others believe it was a key evidence of something far more powerful. Maybe a link to a highly advanced lost civilization, a cover-up tied to ancient secret societies, or even proof that humanity isn't alone in the universe. The treasure hunt on Oak Island hasn't ended entirely. But every move is now under tight control. The Lagina brothers, Rick and Marty, continue their exploration, but under the watchful eyes of those who clearly don't want certain truths revealed. Each new find feels like pushing deeper into forbidden ground. And whatever was uncovered, it shook something loose at the highest levels. If governments are stepping in, that means it was never just about gold. That only adds more weight to the mystery. Oak Island's enigma didn't begin with modern explorers. Long before Rick and Marty arrived, there were whispered tales of ghostly figures, vanishing ships, and unexplained accidents. Locals spoke of strange energies, unmarked graves, and a haunting presence that seemed to lurk in the island's thick fog. One of the earliest and most chilling encounters occurred in the 1700s, when fishermen saw a pale, shadowy figure walking along the beach at night. When they ran toward it, it dissolved into the mist, leaving only massive, unnatural footprints behind. Many brushed it off as legend, but the islanders knew better. Oak Island had always been more than it seemed. Over the decades, flood tunnels appeared to sabotage efforts. Caverns collapsed at critical moments. Machinery failed without reason. And every time a breakthrough seemed close, something always stood in the way. It was as if Oak Island itself was alive and guarding something. Theories over the years ranged from the Templars hiding religious relics to pirates like Captain Kidd or Blackbeard burying their loot in cursed soil. But as technology improved, deeper scans revealed clues that didn't fit any known civilization. And the story got even darker. Recently, the Lagina brothers made a breakthrough at the money pit that left the entire research team stunned and forced to stop work. Drilling at borehole DN 11.5 was meant to reach a potential gold-rich zone buried 80 to 120 foot underground. Renowned experts Terry Matheson and Charles Barkhouse watched the monitors with intense focus, sensing that something major was about to be revealed. As the drill pierced deeper into the earth, the team gathered around, the tension electric. The air felt different, thick with anticipation, almost warning them to turn back. But it was too late. They had touched something the world wasn't ready to see. The US government swiftly shut it all down. No explanations, no updates, just silence. What was found below could very well be the answer to centuries of mystery, or the beginning of something far more terrifying. Then, suddenly, Mike Tedford, the head of the drilling operation, made a shocking announcement. At the 90-foot mark, he hit something, though it wasn't exactly gold. You get the point. Charles and Terry were excited, realizing this could change everything. Their minds raced with ideas, eager to find out if Mike had actually found a hollow space 90 foot underground. They bombarded him with questions. Mike confirmed it, there was a large empty space down there. It stunned them, and they knew this was something big. Charles said they should call Rick and Marty, the field experts, immediately. They moved fast as a team. After Charles called, Rick and Marty showed up full of energy. Since they were drilling near the possible treasure, Rick was thrilled. You can imagine his excitement. But this treasure zone inside DN 11.5 wasn't an ordinary place. It was a gold mine waiting to be uncovered. High gold levels,